thing. The cat is a lot more sort of practical about it and just wants things.
Sorry to cut you off, Amanda, but I think we're going to get started on the workshop.
That's awesome. Great.
So yeah, we've heard some wonderful things about monuments from all the speakers. It's really inspiring. But this project is also about mail art and about zines a little bit. But, so in this workshop, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the history of mail art and what it kind of is. We're going to do some quick games to just get into the mindset of creating stuff, and then I'm just going to set you off for a little bit of time just to go off on your own and make some art in response to all the things we've heard today. So I'm just going to share my screen. So it's hosted by me and with help from Jennifer. So a little bit about the history of mail art. So mail art emerged in the 1960s from various art practices. This artist here, called Ray Johnson, is a key figure in the movement, because around this time he began mailing art that he'd made to friends, along with instructions that invited them to add to the art and then send it on. So later he created an exhibition called the New York Correspondence School, which featured letters and postcards and drawings that were mailed in from over 100 participants. So his exhibition highlighted the roles that postal workers play in production of mail art. So in the following decades, the mail art network expanded through things like calls for responses to themes, or through networks and mailing lists. And then newspapers and zines were used to compile the results. So they were used as a means to document the mail art and to distribute it and share it. So in the pre-internet era, mail art was one of the few alternatives to state-controlled media. So therefore, lots of themes that were in them were racial, gender, and economic disparities. And they went hand in hand with zines, because zines were a longer format, which allowed an extended focus on these kind of topics. So mail art has happened ever since, but it's had a new surge in popularity due to lockdown, because it satisfied the need for art that's both not in person and also not really on the screen, because we're spending so much time on screens. So that's just a very brief history of mail art. So now we're going to go on to some warm-up games. Got some pens and paper beside you. I'll give you a minute or two just to get those. Okay, so the first warm-up, we'll go straight into it. First warm-up is to draw how you're feeling right now. You're not allowed to use faces to do this though. So you can use shapes, textures, or anything you think of. And you've got 1 minute, so off you go. Just got 15 seconds left for this one. Okay, 5 seconds. Great. Stop. So if I just stop sharing for a second, could everyone just hold up their response to that? Wonderful. Some really interesting feelings going on. Is there 1 or 2 people who might want to talk us through theirs? If you want to, just unmute yourself and start talking.
I started writing a postcard, but not like a writing, but the idea of it. You know how you write and then you write round the edges. I wanted to get that experience of writing round the edges again. You know, just in you know, when you try and fit in as much information as you can. That's what my picture's about.
That's really interesting. Is there one more person? Or if not, we can move on. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Okay. So, next up is my... Okay, so... So this one, the first thing I'm going to tell you is just can you draw 4 big squiggles on a piece of paper, please? I'll give you like 10 or so seconds just quickly, draw some big squiggles. Great, and so the next thing I want you to do is I'm going to give you 2 minutes to turn all those squiggles into birds. It can be like as detailed as you want, or it can just be really simple with like 6 legs or whatever you want. Off you go. Okay, 20 seconds left. Yeah, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Yeah, I'll stop sharing again, and once again, if everyone could just their little squiggle birds for me. He's looking wonderful. Some very nice birds going on there. Thank you. Quite a breakneck speed on this workshop, but we'll go back into it. So the next thing I'm going to do is pass over to Jen, who's just going to talk through, these are just 4 different mail art pieces that she's going to talk through.
Hello, lovely birds there. You're definitely all tweeting, so I had to get the pun in. Okay, thank you, Mita. That was really nicely timed. So what I've got up here in front of you is you've got 4 examples of mail art. The first one is the face that's been divided up. It's by Ray Johnson himself. So what he did, he was interested in not having a complete picture. So he took a picture of a friend of his, cut it up into several pieces and sent it out via the postal system out there as a subversive way of showcasing art. So the idea was that not all the pieces were ever returned. So where was the value in the art if the work was incomplete? So this is a photograph he took of his work before he posted it out. So what got lost in the postal system, what didn't get lost in the postal system, how people returned it, the order, but also just breaking up in terms of how you showcase a piece of work. So the gallery were waiting for this work and some of it was missing. So did it have less value or more value. And I quite like the instructions on it. The next one, the shell on the beach, is a really lovely, simple one. It's quite an ironic. It's from an exhibition called Irony. And the person that sent this postcard, he sent it to himself. He used to work for Fiji Islands as part of the tourist board, and he actually was made redundant. And then ironically, he actually won the competition for a trip. So he just thought that was really bizarre. So that's just a really simple state of irony. Below that, you've got someone whose favourite colour is yellow, and what does yellow signify? And this was to collect words that were said in an hour, in 1 hour, collected all the words that they used or said during an hour. Sometimes it was 2 hours. And this was just put together on a yellow background. Yellow has many connotations in terms of sunshine, but also some people associate yellow with illness. The final one, just real correspondence, is almost like an instruction or a flow diagram in terms of how the flux movement should work, how the art system should work, how it traditionally worked before you had the audience. They went to the gallery and the art dealer, and then they bought the art and went round. And hopefully with the postal art, that altered that system, because you weren't guaranteed in getting your artwork. Who were the mass media? How did they get the artwork displayed? Whether that was digital in the modern day, as we know what we call net art or internet art that we've got now that's taken over from a lot of the mail art tradition, and how that is. So this is sort of an instruction. So in terms of these just simple examples, you've got the getting lost in the post, all the words that you think of, physically writing on a postcard are actually putting together an instruction or a flow diagram. So making your postcards is not necessarily just about drawing and mark making. It could be an instruction. Thank you, Mito.
Yeah, thank you for that, Jennifer. Okay, so yeah, in a minute, I'm going to get you to go off and just make your own mail art. Hopefully you might want to send us in. But before you do, just a quick slide to say that in the spirit of mail art, it'd be quite nice if your submissions were all postcard sized, and that's a quarter of an A4 piece of paper. So A6. It doesn't have to be, but it's quite a nice size. Okay, so wonderful. Hopefully you're feeling at least a little bit inspired after all that. I know I definitely am after the artist talks. So now I'd like you to all go off and make some mail art in response to the theme of memorials. So I've got some prompts here if you're struggling for ideas, but please, yeah, just go wild with what you make and how you make it. So we're going to give you 15 minutes. So if we come back at 8:27 to do some sharing of some things. And yeah, we'll be here to answer any questions you've got. But yeah, if you want to get on and make some art.
Thank you, Mito. So Mito's going to leave that slide up. You can actually talk to us if you want to talk to us, or talk to us during the chat, or if you feel like you need a bit of space to your time to do that. We're available here, myself, James, Mito, and myself. So you've got your inspirations, let's going. You've done your doodles and your drawings, and I think Mito's given you a great basis. We'll see you in 15 minutes. Get making. Just a little summation for just people. You might not necessarily get a complete postcard, so you can use this as a springboard. We just had a few comments in the chats. So if you find that it's initiating an idea or starting an idea, some people need longer to create work, but we'd just like you to get started. And if you get something done in that 15 minutes, fantastic. That's great. If you don't, no pressure. Okay, it could be that you just want to talk to us about the idea on the chat as well. So we're open to that.
Something else that I forgot to mention. We've made a doc of inspiration things. It's just got loads of pictures of mail art and various things. And yeah, if you just want to have a more of a look through, we'll put that in the chat as well.
So I hear that some people are real Speedy Gonzales on their output, which is fantastic. But as I said before, just checking in, making sure everybody's okay, that your pens are working, and if you need to sharpen those pencils or you need to lick a stamp and put it on, that's okay as well. I've gone a bit neon with mine and I've gone into a bit of a rant mode. So just checking in with anybody. If you need any help, please message us in the chat or unlink yourself and unmute yourself. Sorry, not unlink yourself. That'll be great. Okay. So just a time check, people. You've got just over 2 minutes before we ask you to show and tell what you've got, or we can do a spontaneous hold up as quickly and then quickly put down to see where you're at. Okay, so just 2-minute warning, boop, boop, boop. And I feel like I should ask Amanda to sing her cat song to calm us all for the end stage. If she was up for performing, I'd love to do that. But no pressure, Amanda, no pressure. Okay, I'm going to do a 10-second countdown for you. Then you must surrender your mark making materials to the table. Are we ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down or they will explode. And it'll make a very nasty mess, as nobody likes tidying up during COVID. Okay, pens down, pencils down, stop licking things, put your glue away. Okay, I'm going to ask you all simultaneously to hold up your creations, and then I would like our first sharers to be our lovely speakers who spoke firstly, and you will literally have 30 seconds on what you've produced or think you're going to produce or move on to. So no pressure for our guests there. Okay.
Okay. I'll go.
Ready. Can I just ask everybody to hold up first? Everybody hold up everything they've done. A bit closer to the monitors, your screens for me, people. Oh, look at all these. Fantastic. Well done, Gold Star. Work in progress. Because it's really hard to work in a time scale for some people. It is for me. If I could ask, Yen kindly volunteered.
Yeah.
Thank you, James. We can see it. If you'd like to share yours, you've got 30 seconds. Go.
Inspired by Mito's slide, I took an A4 piece of paper, folded it into A6 size, and then I wrote the statement, "This piece of paper that I placed in my pocket commemorates the time I closed my eyes and thought about you for 15 minutes. And when you unfold the paper, it's got this kind of really lovely cross shape. I'm not religious, but I just thought it was kind of poignant. Thank you.
Fantastic, thank you. If I could ask Zoyanda next, please.
Yeah, I've got some of your bread in my mouth. I just did a collage with this beer magazine that comes with my box of beer every month. And I had hollow first, and I was going to go bleak, but I couldn't find anything to support a bleak message, really. So it ended up being hardly one for the hollow life.
Oh, I love it. Fantastic. Can I ask Celie for her to share?
So for me, I was really inspired by the future of memorials and talking about where is it going now. And so I literally took a tech magazine that I had and just took some random things that I found fascinating and just put them on there for me to begin like my A6 postcard that I'm going to do.
Marie, that's fantastic. Marie, can we see your work in progress, please?
This is a work in progress, Jennifer. I couldn't finish today, sorry.
That's okay.
So I just did the abstract things and starting to write a poem, but just beginning. Sorry.
Oh, that's
I'm gonna send to you guys, so wait.
No pressure. We said there was no pressure. This is the starting point. That's absolutely fine. That's art's about process. Creativity is about process. That's great. And we all work at different speeds. Is there anybody else who would like to quickly share? We've got time for 2 more people to share their creations as our lovely guests have shared theirs. Oh,
I'd like to share mine if, repeat other people.
Okay, can I ask Amanda just to unmute herself so we can get you on full screen and just share and just quickly tell us about your card?
I don't know if you can see it there, but it's got part of Clifton Parking, so Celia was there, and I actually see the memorial, the cenotaph every single day. Every time I open my curtains, it's there, and of course it's got Princess Ponypaws on there, looking at herself in the mirror while I sing to her. But yeah,
that's fantastic. Mito, did you say you'd like to share yours with us?
Yeah, so mine's like a direct response to the start of Zoyanda's talk. So mine's a bit sad. It's trying to like represent the sort of sense of grief that comes with being trans and being in the trans community. So I've written a postcard. It's to all the people we could have been if we were in different times. It's just like a little bench and some flowers. It's on the back of a postcard I got from Brighton Trans Pride. I was given it. It's been on my wall ever since. So that's my piece. So Jen, you're on mute.
Is anybody desperate to share before we go? Or has everybody gone shy and tired and hungry on me? Okay, right. Well, I think we'll wrap that up. I'd like to thank all our amazing speakers.
I think Peters and Raman wanted to show
oh,
their...
did he? Sorry, I didn't see.
Margarita's showing something as well.
Oh, yeah.
All right, unmute yourselves and then you become on our big screen. I apologise. Go for it. Share with us.
Sorry, it's just me. It's not Raman, it's Fides.
Oh,
I'm not very good at drawing. I can't turn it on its side because it's read it. I just call it Those Who Have Gone Before Us.
Hmm.
And it was a photo I took of different footprints in the snow. And because they have the different, they all look very different. And I thought of how in the snow, how these footprints, how clear they look, and how transient they are when they go away. And our memorials come and they go, just like we come and go.
Lovely
Fantastic.
idea.
I love the digital element of that. That's really cool. So was there somebody else who wanted to share? If you unmute yourself to share, that'd be great.
Margarita?
Does Margarita, did you still want to share with us if you unmute yourself?
Yeah. So, that's an envelope, and it's basically a kinetic monument, and it's inspired by Sandel's story, and also it somehow commemorates the activity in the past of the refugee tales, charity. We were used to bring people together to walk and share their stories together, refugees and people who help them. And then what else? And also it, I think, commemorates another project called 1 Mile in Another's Shoes, like that, when you are walking and listening to the stories recorded from someone.
Lovely. Beautiful.
So that's like a kinetic thing.
That's fantastic. Everybody, you've done really amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody who's shared with us. Remember, you can physically post them to us at Cupola Gallery. The address was in your invite that you got, or if you're using technology, you can email them to us at socialartnetwork.org and find the link to monuments. I put the links into the message. So I'm just going to let James just give the final word, I think, and just that's it. So thank you. Over to James.
Yeah, thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, no, it's been a really great session. I think all I just wanted to close up by was just doing a kind of, just sharing just sort of updates with what's happening with Social Art Network. So, yeah, we've got a couple of collaborations with Axis at the moment. So we've got the Social Art Library, which is an interactive digital library that holds a permanent collection of socially engaged art projects and material. So it's currently in its beta stage, and it's currently being built as a collection of projects submitted by artists and the librarian and residence program as well. So if you've got any interesting projects, then by all means, please submit. And yeah, I think it's a really great resource just to sort of browse through as well. It's been quite good. So yeah, I had to check that out. And then also, so this event has been partly supported by Axis as well, and as the Social Artery Project, which is so with Axis, Social Art Network are piloting a platform for artists. So it's currently, again, this is also a pilot project which is currently being built. So yeah, if you want to be involved, please sign up. I'll drop some links in the chat, and yeah, and then also to mention as well, so we've been announced as part of the program for the Coventry Biennale. We'll be doing some potluck lunches at the at Hyper Possible, which is I think it's one of the spaces as part of the Biennale. So we'll have more details about that. Yeah, great.
So again, I think just a final thank you to everybody. We'll send you.
I'm not finished yet, Jennifer.
Oh, you're not finished. Sorry, I'm over time.
Just a couple more. So yeah, I think just to remind that we sort of have these meetups every couple of months. So we're currently planning our next. But if you at any time there's anything that you would like to present or anything you think would be interesting to bring to the network, then by all means, please let us know. You can find our details on the website as well. And also to plug a really great project out of Food Hall at the moment, the Social Pickle. I think some of them were in the call earlier. So yeah, I don't know. Is there anyone from Social Pickle? Is that a wave? I see.
Hey, yeah. I think Ross was there before, but I'm also involved. So yeah,
Great.
thank you for sharing.
Yeah, do you want to say a quick something about the project?
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, Social Pickle has come out of Food Hall. I don't know if any of you guys know Food Hall. And we're just using kind of gluts of food around the city. And our first product was the apple cider vinegar, using all the kind of loads of apples that we got donated this year. But we're expanding and we've got loads of ideas. So if anyone wants to get involved, there's information on the Food Hall website. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Lucy.
So
Cool.
again, just
Over
a thank
to you,
you. So,
Jennifer.
can I go now? Yes, please let me close this session so we can all go and eat, drink gin, eat bread, whatever, draw on your faces, get this glitter off my face as it's making my eyeballs itch now. Yeah, thank you so much for everybody part of our talkers, Mito coming on to run the workshop, James coordinating and keeping us all in check, our lovely speakers, and all you guys for participating and giving your evening over to us. You have till the 31st of March to get your postcard to us, and you can send that either to Cupola Gallery if you want to send a paper version or traditional post version, but be prepared for it not to get lost in the post. That might be the radical. Or if you want to photograph it with your mobile phone or scan it and send it to us. And again, any feedback, and if anybody would like to be involved in the Social Art Network, just reiterating what James is saying, we'd love to, if you've got an idea that you'd like to run with or present that has a social engaged practice, we're up for that. Okay, give yourselves a round of applause. Everybody, well done. And we look forward to seeing you. Now go and eat and off you go.
Bye-bye, see ya. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, James. Thank you, Mito.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, James.
Thank you.
That was really, really great fun.
Yeah, no, thanks. Yeah, I'm really pleased. Really pleased. Like, really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was great.
Good session, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It gives them a lot of things to work with, and hopefully we can get a bit more funding and move it forward.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely a conversation that like feels be good to keep going.
Definitely. I've saved the chat because there were some lovely comments in. I'll make the chat available, and you know, thanks guest speakers and artists, and also Mito, thank you for coming on board with us at a very late day and just getting in the pickle there in the mix of it. Thank you so much.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And the energy, you guys, you know, it's infectious. So brilliant. Love really enjoyed
Come and present for us at the Social Art Network. Yeah. That's my main thing. Come and do it. We give you all the little tools and you can just chat away or do it. And we'll just watch. And that'd be nice. We can participate. So, and I did a rant for my postcard. I did a rant. It's really hard to read and back to front. So without taking my pen off the page.
I was going to say, you've literally not let it stop, have you?
No, I'm not. I'm continuing to rant even during talking. So, right.
Lovely.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Marie.
Take care. Great. Thanks again. Nice to meet you all. See you soon.
You be safe.
Hopefully in physical space sometime.
I know. Be safe and stay healthy. Please
And you.
stay
Take
healthy
care.
and safe.
Bye.